Oh, test. All right. All right. You get my mics now? Hello. Hello. Yes, all right. Let's rock and roll, baby. All right. What's up? Welcome. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Welcome to the show. Keep me in check if the audio goes sideways, because you know how we do. Welcome, everybody, to Friday, April 14th, 2023. This is episode number 345, coming to you live on location from the beach house. Hopefully the music's low enough for you to hear me, because it is blasting in my ears right now, but I think I have to do it. You can see we're slightly off a little bit, but we're going to do the best we can. It might be a little choppy. There is a lot going on right now inside this laptop. Guys, I want to say welcome. If you're new here, this is Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief, and I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Dozier, and over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Zombie Guy, Justin, Slade, Alex Goodwin, Andy Nakamura, Jeff Watala, and so many others are going to be rocking the mic, doing the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be bringing my opinion and analysis on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner, or if you're looking to break in the industry. We got you covered. What's up, Stacy Loki? Good to see you. Guys, before we get into it, though, I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors. Even when on location, we are bringing you the heat. Want to say shout out and love to Panoptcy. Panoptcy Cybersecurity. Brandon Poole's company, they are doing quantified risk assessments in a level that is chef's kiss. Now, what is a quantified risk assessment, and why would you want to contact Brandon Poole about it? So quantified risk assessments essentially are high-end, evidence-based, statistically sound output risk assessments that basically look at your business and give you a quantified evaluation of what your actual risks are. So what, like statistically, what are your risks of a ransomware attack this year, of a business email compromise, of just a data breach? And then you can inform business leaders, hey, you know, like you spend X amount of money and got this level of risk, you can spend more money and reduce your risk, or you can change some of your processes, workflows for no money, but you know, you change the way you operate business. What do you want to do? It really is a powerful tool to inform your business leaders on where your cyber risk lays. If you're a CISO or an information security lead at your organization, it is dang worth it to invest in a quantified risk assessment. Go to panoptcy.com, links in the description below. Thank you, Brandon, for the stream sponsorship. I also want to say much love to XM Cyber. Now, guys, you may have seen this. I talked about it yesterday. XM Cyber, I don't have my read for them right now, but just know this. The XM Cyber is a leader in the exposure management place. And what is that? It's basically like the evolution of what vulnerability management has become. And right now, in a link to the description below, they just dropped this report yesterday. I'm still in the middle of reading it. By the way, I got a couple messages about how I printed it out. I don't know if that's like a boomer thing or something, but like when I read reports, I need to print them out. Anyways, XM Cyber's released the State of Exposure Management in 2023. You can go and download it for free. It's got some great statistical evidence inside of it, and it's all based on telemetry that they pulled for their environment. Very, very cool. I won't tell you too much about exposure management. I'll wait until perhaps you have an opportunity to take a course in a topic like that. You know, it's really a newer concept, so I don't know if anyone's going to make a course on something like that. Huh? Okay, so go to XM Cyber, guys. Thousands and thousands of vulnerabilities, weaknesses, misconfigurations, identity mismanagement in your environment. How do you take care of it? You have to have full visibility, and that's what exposure management is. If you want more information on that, go download the report and check it out. Holla, holla, holla. Also want to say love to Barricade Cyber, but more about them at the mid-roll. Guys, if you need CPEs, CEUs, just remember that each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing is worth half a CPE, so be sure to say what's up in chat. Hashtag Team Live if you're live in chat. How many people do we have right now? I got so many. Oh, so you see how the bottom there, the bottom number is not showing you how many people are here? That's just a shortcoming of my setup right now. That's okay. I'll tell you how many people we got. 131 of you on this fine Friday morning, so holla, holla, holla at all of you. Hashtag Team Live in chat. Thank you, Justin Gold. Hold on one second. The music's about to... No. Oh, by the way, the Cyber Series is going to sound like a little robotic. I think I have 2 feeds coming in, but, you know, it's classic Simply Cyber. So audio issues are expected. All right, guys, I just want to remind you, if you're live, Team Live, I see you all. Jimmy Dang, Ashley Sweeney, again, Stacy Loki, good to see you. Robert Moritz, UT. Guys, if you're, Paula Terranova, good to see you. If you guys are watching on replay, drop a team replay in the comments section. I do love engaging with all you in the comments. Again, team hybrid. Internal Stranger always keeps me honest with the team hybrid. So if you are getting here late and catching up to us, we'll see you in the present when you get here, team hybrid. And then obviously my absolute favorite, team driving, B-Sec in the car. I love it. Guys, Timothy Hicks is also in North Carolina. I am on location in North Carolina. I'll share a picture with you guys a little later if you want. I watched the sunrise this morning. It was absolutely glorious. We'll do that for the jaw jack in time. Finally, if you're a lurker, imposter syndrome, shy, whatever it is, you're new here and you're seeing all this chat and you're like, what the heck? Put a hashtag passive observer in chat if you would. If you're new here and shy, I want you to start your networking journey today. Like it's such a good way to network. I'm telling you right now. And the Simply Cyber community is absolutely wonderful. So, yep. Does the light look, is this light okay? Like, am I too bright? I look like I'm in a lineup at a police station. Okay. All right. So can we have sponsors updated? Yeah. Thank you, Kimberly. Josh Mason can help. Okay, guys. So what are we doing? We are going to get into the hot news. I'm in the Outer Banks, Sean Washington. That's very, very, very beautiful here. All right, thanks, Justin Gold. Okay, guys, let's get to the news. I know all of you are here for the news. Let's let the top cyber news of the day wash over you in an awesome wave.
cybersecurity headlines.
Just bear with me. I know it sounds robotic. It's because it's coming in on 2 feeds.
It's Friday, April 4th. Weak password on Google Cloud. According to a report from Google Cloud team, weak passwords represented the root cause of almost half the incidents impacting its clients. This appears to be right with Google Cloud's Chris Porter. Issues caused by software issues in 0 days continue to decrease as a percentage of issues. It's not all bad passwords, though. Compromised APIs accounted for almost 20% of incidents. Porter also noted that sophisticated nation-state actors appear to mimic cybercrime organizations in adopting these tactics. For Porter, increasingly APTs emphasize the persistent part of the acronym, using sustained, low-effort approaches like phishing to eventually gain a foothold in a network.
All right, I'm getting a request to turn up the audio. Give me 1 second. All right, we'll see on the next story. Okay, guys, so check it out. Nation-state actors taking advantage of weak passwords after Google Cloud customers. Okay, a couple things here. One, yes, actually, I'll tell you 2 things here, right? One, you've got to remember, you do not need elite 0-day hackers activity. Nation-state threat actors aren't going to, just because they have 0 days in their, Vault 7 arsenal, they have the toolbox, they've got the best people hacking on all the things. Bro, if Carl's password is password123, if it's SolarWinds123, a nation-state threat actor is going to just use that. They don't give a crap about street cred or about, like dropping a black hat talk or something with some like 0-day disclosure. What they care about is actions on objective. They care about executing their mission, and their mission is to take over this, system or this, or steal intellectual property or put a persistence payload inside of, whatever, Capital One. Then that's what they're going to do. And they don't care about how. Okay, so when you have weak passwords, you're just inviting trouble, okay? Now, the second thing I want to say, and I'm a little disappointed about this, like Google forced multi-factor authentication for all Google accounts. I'm pretty sure it was all Google accounts. It didn't really impact me, obviously, because I was already on MFA, but like, yeah, exactly. Eric Taylor in chat right now is saying, newsflash, weak passwords are insecure. Like, so obvious. But here's my thing. I'm a little perturbed with Google right now because they made everybody put MFA on, which is fantastic. Microsoft has already demonstrated that they have the ability to have a global banned password list. So if you don't know about this, Office 365 has a global banned password list that you can enable as an administrator of an Office 365 tenant, and it's fantastic. And you might say, well, what's the global banned password list? Like, the thing is, it's very dynamic. Microsoft has made the password list, banned global password list, dynamic. So they have all the obvious ones: password 123, ABCD 123, all that crap, right? But then also, if there's massive amounts of people using the same password, like winter 2023 ! For example, and if I just said your password, go change it, please. Everybody knows. Everybody knows to try winter 2023 ! And spoiler alert, when you have to update it because we're getting close to the end of April, and you make it summer 2023 ! Bad guys are going to be on that one too. So don't do that, okay? But these type of passwords that are commonly used, Microsoft has all of the logins from Office 365, or at least the hashes of them, so they know what they are, and they make it so they're banned. So when you go to change your password and you put in winter 2023 ! It says, do I have a sound effect for that?
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
It won't let you do it. And Google is a massive player with millions of customers, millions of user accounts. So they easily could introduce this global banned password list. Obviously, you have to educate your end users that you're going to add some friction to their life. But anyways, I would love to see Google Cloud introduce the global ban list. Call it something else. Call it the Google naughty list or whatever, so Microsoft doesn't claim ownership or something like that. But they have the capability. They have the techniques, the tools, the people. They certainly have the user accounts to do it. So come on, Google. Get in the game. All right.
Potential IT snitches warned about employment stitches. According to Bitdefender's recent 2023 cybersecurity assessment report, 42% of IT and security professionals surveyed said organizations instructed them to keep data breaches confidential, despite knowing it should be reported. This issue seems more acute in the U.S., with 71% of U.S. respondents agreeing with that statement. About 30% overall said they complied and did not report a breach. This is especially concerning.
Let me know
as
if I need to
US
turn the
respondents lead
audio up.
survey with 75% saying they experienced a data breach in the last 12 months. This comes in light of former Uber CISO Joe Sullivan, convicted of obstruction last year for covering up a large data breach.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the podcast up louder too. Again, I'm going to goose it. It's been goosed. Okay. All right. Well, I just turned it up. So holla, holla, holla. A little bit more. Okay. So I just turned it up. Here, let me just back it up really quickly since we're all doing this like together.
Not report a breach. This is especially concerning as U.S. respondents lead the survey with 75% saying they experienced a data breach in the last 12 months. This comes in light of former Uber CISO Joe Sullivan, convicted of obstruction last year for covering up a large data breach.
Okay, when you let me know if you want it louder than that too. I can leave it right there. Yeah, this is what if you're new here, this is Simply Cyber. It's raw. Okay. I would not use Google Chrome Password Manager. I would never use any password manager in any browser ever, 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 ever. I'd rather write it down in a notebook than put it in a browser password manager. You can hear my headphones. Oh. All right. So when we're listening, I'll pull the mic away. Okay, let me know. Okay, so guys, here's the deal. This was actually kind of covered in yesterday's news story. I'll just put the microphone away and the feedback will go away. This was covered in yesterday's news story of breaches. Now, fortunately, many of us have never really experienced a full-on breach, like a real full-on breach. But for those of us who have, it's really a high-intensity moment. You're focused on the threat actor and containing them, understanding what they've done, and eradicating them ultimately. No. Password managers are good. Browser-based password managers are not good. Like Safari would like to save your credentials. No. Okay, so here's the deal. You have to make your own decisions, right? At the end of the day, especially if you're a CISO, because Joseph Sullivan, precedent had been set, Joseph Sullivan set precedents by basically going to jail for covering up the Uber hack. Now, it was more complicated than that. Uber was a publicly traded company. They had a responsibility to disclose. They went further and tried to pay the hackers off to not disclose. So it was much more complicated than you went to work on Thursday, there was a data breach, and then you got arrested on Friday because you didn't tell anyone about it, okay? I'm not surprised though. Think about any time something bad happened. It's like, oh, let's contain it. Let's keep it quiet. And when your boss, the person who signs your paychecks, is telling you to do it, you're more inclined to listen, right? Because you don't want to get fired. You don't want to be held accountable for that. But as I said yesterday, so I'm not going to belabor this point. As I said yesterday, if it is sensitive information, if it's healthcare information, if it's personal information, if other people are impacted, or you have a legal obligation to report, like in the state of South Carolina, for example, when there is a data breach of personal information, you have 72 hours to disclose as a business. Now, if you don't disclose, here's the thing. Say you're just an analyst one or something out of business. You may not, hold on one second. You may not, what are we doing here, buddy? Okay, come on. Hold on, we got four-legged friends. We got four-legged friends coming in here. You may not want you may not be the one who's even required to do it, right? So don't sweat that. I guess I just put you in a rock and a hard place. I would say you may want to bring up hey, in the meeting, hey, all right, nobody say anything. Maybe at that point you say, well, ma'am, we do have a legal requirement to report this, right? So, And if you need to, like, I could also see like escalating it internally, like, okay, don't say anything publicly, no problem. Then how about you contact general counsel or legal internal to the organization and say, hey, listen, this is a breach. I know we've got a requirement to disclose, so do it. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to work at an organization that's breaking the law. I certainly don't. I mean, that's not a long-term strategy. You know what I mean? All right, let's go. I'm going to pull the mic away from my headphones too.
Discord cooperating with leaked document investigation. Earlier this week, we covered the path that leaked Pentagon documents dealing with the war in Ukraine took before being covered by large press outlets. The publication Bellingcat found they started out on a now-deleted Discord server before being republished on another server, then making their way to 4chan and Telegram groups. Discord confirmed it's cooperating with U.S. investigators to look into the leak, which is now under active investigation. Bellingcat's investigation found the documents could have been leaked as early as January, but Reuters and other outlets have not been able to corroborate this finding. Italy.
Okay, there's a lot going on. Dude, this stream is fun. This is such a fun stream because of like the absurdity going on. Okay, guys, so I actually thought I saw, and let me know in chat, I actually thought I saw a news report saying that the FBI had arrested the individual who did this. So first of all, let me share my thoughts on this story, and then let's do a little OSINT on it really quickly. So Discord is a company. They have audit logs and records. Ideally, someone initially leaked classified documents, high-level intelligence analyst reports. It had stuff to do with Ukraine and Russia. It had all sorts of stuff. So, well, obviously the federal government, I assume Discord's a US-based company, so the federal government can come in and essentially would subpoena or warrant logs. Discord wants to help. Discord, I'm sure, doesn't want like classified information being disseminated through them. So that'll be good. But I think, what's up, Hossein? I really think the update here is already out. Let me see really quickly. Yeah, exactly. 31 minutes ago. Because I'm a lunatic and all I do is live, breathe, and eat cybersecurity and cyber news and everything, I know I saw this like late last night. Okay, so check this out. Here's a just-in-time, not just in gold, but just-in-time update. FBI arrests 21-year-old who allegedly shared the secret documents with his friends. Guys, here's the deal. If the FBI arrests you, like, it's gone from allegedly to it's a matter of time until you're proven guilty. They typically don't just like, they don't typically just like run ramshack run. Roughshod, is that the term? They don't typically just arrest you for the sake of arresting you. Jack Teixeira was reportedly the leader of a Discord group where his members exchanged racist memes, watched movies together, and learned about secret documents on Ukraine from Teixeira. Very nice. So this guy is... This guy's arrested, and dude, exactly, dude. Like, it's not going to take any amount of time. Like, if you mess with the U.S. federal government in a way that is not conducive to like how they want to run stuff, right? I'm not saying you can't have an opinion and voice your opinion and everything, but like when Colonial Pipeline got hit, within like 48 hours, they got a large portion of the ransomware, the ransom money back, which never happens. And the freaking threat actor group disbanded, like immediately. Like it was so hot. The heat was on. So when this nitwit discloses classified information like a donkey on Discord, you don't think the FBI is going to come, or the U.S. federal government is going to come with the full force of what they have? They have thousands of resources, lots of money. They're hooked into everything, you nutcase. Like, of course they're going to get you. Well, the only question I have with for chat, is this considered treason, right? I mean, what's his face? Snowden did something similar. I mean, obviously Snowden leaked way more information and blew up lots of programs and stuff like that. But like, to me, I'm pretty sure this is treason, right? It's a national security. It's a national security issue. This was top secret information. This wasn't like, you know, what's it called? Like sensitive information, not for public consumption or whatever. Like this was like top secret information. So I think it's treason, man. Oh, he's definitely going to prison. He's definitely. Okay, it's under the Espionage Act. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Hold on. My mini sound, what do they call these things? Stream Deck. So the mini got ported over to the mobile studio.
Outlines the rules for OpenAI. Last month, Italy's data regulator ordered OpenAI to stop processing local data, suspecting it of breaching GDPR. The regulator now says in order to come into compliance, OpenAI must publish full details of its data processing, adopt strong age gating and verification tech to prevent minors from accessing services, clarify the legal basis it uses for processing local data to train AI, and provide a way for people to exercise rights over personal data potentially generated by tools like ChatGPT. This includes provisions like the EU's right to be forgotten from OpenAI's datasets. It set a compliance deadline of April 30th for most of these issues, with a plan for age verification needed by May 31st. OpenAI did not respond when asked for comment on this latest ruling from the regulator, but previously said it thinks we are following all privacy laws.
Shall we play a game?
I think we're following all privacy laws. That's what you want to hear from a $100 billion company. Like it's the equivalent of like an emote shrug. Like you know that ASCII art emote shrug thing. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. Like Chief Legal Counsel Carl over there at OpenAI, dude. I mean, here's the thing. Way to go, Italy. Tom Bishop. Hopefully he arrives safe. Like Italy. Putting a foot on the, or drawing a line in the sand saying, you've got to protect our citizens and our stuff like that. But here's my thing, guys. Like, OpenAI is, I've already said this, okay? So I've already said this before, but I'll say it again. We were in the Bronze Age, then the Industrial Age, then the Information Age. And I swear to you, I know it sounds absurd, but like, we are closing the door on the Information Age and opening the door on the AI age. And the genie's out of the bottle. The toothpaste is out of the tube. Like, I get it if Italy's trying to protect its citizens, but like I almost feel like it's like Italy saying like, and I get it, but like it's like Italy saying like, hey, it's like 1905, okay, and Italy is like, hey, Henry Ford, like these cars aren't safe. Like, nobody gets a car in Italy until the cars are safe. And, like, meanwhile, the rest of the world's whipping around in Benzos and Lambos and just, like, doing donuts around the horse and buggy that the Italians are driving. Like, I get it. We should put controls in place. I like the idea of the pausing so we can, like, evaluate and talk about the strategic approach of using AI. But just being like, nah, bro, you're not getting it until you do these things. It's like you're really nerfing the Italian people. ChatGPT is so freaking powerful. Oh my God. And you know what? OpenAI, like with all due respect, OpenAI is so massive and so powerful and so valuable that they could just like black out Italy and it probably wouldn't even slow them down. Like it just. Now, if like globally, if the world was like, hey, or the United States, or large populations were like, no, we're not going to do it until you do something, that could force their hand. But I mean, not really. Plus, guys, if you look at the way Meta operates in Europe, they just pay fines. OpenAI, here's my tinfoil hat, and thank you, Anthony Richardson, for the ASCII art shrug. Here's the deal. Where's my tinfoil hat? Oh my God, it's like so tight. Oh, it's so tight in here. Hold on 1 second. I got to get my tinfoil hat emote. There it is. Okay, here's the deal. Thanks, Jeff Watala. Here's the deal. Mark Tape. OpenAI is going to say whatever it needs to say for Italy to approve it and allow it. Then there's going to be some type of like data breach or some type of issue, and it's going to come out that like some Italian's information wasn't removed. OpenAI is going to pay a fine and then go back to business as usual. I know, hot take, right? Like, dude, wicked powerful tech companies just pay the fine and move on. It's not even worth their time and money to implement it correctly because it's just easier, cheaper, and faster to pay the fine. Hot take, right?
And now a word from our sponsor, App Omni. Can you name all the third-party apps connected to your major SaaS platforms like Salesforce, Microsoft 365, and Google Workspace? What about the data these apps can access? After all,
have a good one,
compromised
Jax.
third-party app could put your entire SaaS ecosystem at risk. With App Omni, you get visibility to all third-party apps and SaaS-to-SaaS connections, including which end users have enabled them and the level of data access they've been granted. Visit appomni.com today to request a free risk assessment.
All right, guys, it is the mid-roll. I might be in the Outer Banks reporting on location, but that doesn't mean we don't have good times. All right, guys, it's the mid-roll. I want to thank all of you for being here. Holla, holla, holla. If you're getting value from the stream, even though it is at an 80% quality, please take a second and hit 80% of the like button. It does help other people find the show, and it goes a long way at supporting the channel, so it only takes a second. If you're getting education value, entertainment value, knock it out, networking value, of course. Again, thanks to the stream sponsors. I know you can't really see them on the stream here because because you can't, but I want to thank Panoptcy and XM Cyber for their continued support. And I want to thank Barricade Cyber Solutions. Eric Taylor's in chat right now. He's the leader, president over at Barricade Cyber. He's also the chief incident responder. Barricade Cyber, hold on, I don't even know if I have the read, Eric. Okay, yeah, Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by incidents. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. Thank you, Eric Taylor. Here's their website. I tell you this all the time. Go look at his calendar down the bottom. I'm really zoomed in, so it's going to take a while to get there. Pack a lunch. Here's his calendar. You pop right on it. You can talk to Eric. Believe me, guys. Talking to Eric before bad happens at your business is I can't tell you enough how valuable it will be. I want to say really quickly thanks to Jojo for the super chat. Jojo, I do not have the sound effect on my small stream deck here, so it will be a manual sound effect. Boom. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Thanks, Jojo, for the super chat. Guys, want to remind you, it's Grayson's joke of the day. Okay, thank you, Grayson. Okay, so we are at the beach. So Grayson is dropping beach jokes. So fun ocean joke for you guys. How do you make an octopus laugh? Grayson wants to know, how do you make an octopus laugh? You tickle it with... you tickle its tentacles. You tickle its tentacles. Thank you. Oh, no. You tickle with 10 tickles. That's it. How do you make an octopus laugh? With 10 tickles. 10 tickles. Thank you so much, Grayson, for the joke of the week. As always, love it, love it, love it. All right, what are we doing here? Holy crap. Paula Terranova with the squad memberships. Thanks so much, Paula. Paula dropping squad memberships. So if you pick up one of those squad memberships, please thank Paula. And on behalf of myself and the 20 newest members of the squad, thank you, Paula, for it. Very nice. Geez. Thanks for streaming while on vacate. My pleasure, Kimberly. Okay, so another sound effect since I don't have it. Boom. What? Do we just become best friends? Yep. Thank you, Paula Terranova. Thank you, Kimberly Can Fix It. You guys are wonderful. I genuinely appreciate the support. Oh yeah, rock the house. That's right. No more passive observer. My pleasure, Carrie. All right, guys, it's really good. Let me see if I can. I'll show you during the jaw jacking period, all that. All right, so let's keep on moving really quickly. So good, so good.
Who sets up ChatGPT task force? When Italy dropped the hammer on OpenAI, it remained an open question how other data regulators in the EU would react. Now we have some indication. The European Data Protection Board announced it set up a ChatGPT task force. This body will foster cooperation and exchange information on possible enforcement actions conducted by data protection authorities. Reuters sources say the body will try to align regulators across the bloc on policy positions with generative AI in general and will not seek to make rules specifically to target OpenAI. Outside of Italy, regulators in Spain and Germany also announced investigations into OpenAI.
Shall we play a game?
Okay, so here's the deal. I literally, if you're new here, I don't look at the stories in advance, so I don't know what's going to be coming. This is all like live reaction. If I just mocked Italy for being horse and buggy because they they demand that Ford put seatbelts in the cars. Now, there's power in numbers, which is why the European Union did what they did. If the entire European Union is nah, brah, you're going to do these things, OpenAI, now we're talking. There's strength in numbers. OpenAI will be more likely to listen to a European Union kind of initiative. It sounds like the task force is going to be going to investigate It looks like the task force is going to be investigating ChatGPT and specifically around privacy. So it sounds like the same thing that Italy is talking about. Maybe Italy was just kind of taking the lead with being the loudest voice in the room. Privacy is a real deal, guys. We have no context right now of what is happening to the data that is being captured by ChatGPT. Everybody is just throwing all the data in ChatGPT right now. I actually read an article yesterday about people who have 4 or 5 jobs, full-time jobs, and they've outsourced 80% of their job to ChatGPT, all 4 or 5 jobs, which is unbelievable. I'm totally cool with leveraging ChatGPT, but I don't know, it seems abusive. So as far as, the privacy goes, I totally get it. And by the way, guys, when we talk about privacy, the final thing I'll say on this is when we talk about privacy, it's not like you put in oh, my favorite condiment is barbecue sauce with sriracha, #Tidbits Tuesday, right? It's not that. It's more oh, you're constantly talking about right-leaning political views, or you are, passionate about this thing, right? And whatever that is, that information can be weaponized. Okay. If you're a hard left person or a hard right person, just to pick an example in the United States, right? It's very unlikely that you're going to be turned one way or the other. But if you're in the middle, if you are, kind of even keeled or whatever, knowing what your triggers are can be weaponized to kind of lean you in one direction or the other. Cody Kinsey just wrote a bot just recently that you can give it an objective statement my dog came in here and bit me, and it can rewrite that statement in a negative light, negative framing, a persuasive framing, a positive framing, right? Oh, the dog was really scared and accidentally nipped at Jerry, or oh, the dog came in ferociously, almost tore my leg off, right? Obviously I'm being hyperbolic here, but my point is these things can be weaponized. And I say it probably once a quarter on this show, but if you want to see how it can be really weaponized and why privacy really should be something you should be concerned about, I'll give you 2 things to look at. One is The Great Hack. It's a Netflix documentary about the 2016 election and the part that Cambridge Analytica, a company that never wanted anyone to hear their name, how Cambridge Analytica weaponized data. And 2, there's a John Oliver Last Week Tonight special on data brokers. If someone in chat could drop links to either of those things, they're both, the data brokers one is free on YouTube. The Great Hack is on Netflix, so you would need access to Netflix. Both of those will absolutely enlighten you as to why privacy is a big deal and why you should be concerned about privacy. And if you are currently listening to me right now and you're like, I've got nothing to hide, so like I don't need privacy. Like, Jerry, you want privacy? What do you have to hide? It's not that I have something to hide. It's that I'm choosing who knows what my information is. Just because I don't want my information all out there, although I do run, I do run a live stream every single day, and on Tuesdays tell you a personal fact. So maybe I'm not the best example, but my point is, be mindful of it. Okay? What are we doing, bro?
Hike vision flaw is surveillance access issue on its hybrid cluster storage network access to obtain admin access to those devices and then gain access to stored video security data. These devices are often exposed to the internet, opening the door to a large attack surface. In its advisory, the company stated it did not find evidence of active exploitation. Security researchers at Redinent reported the flaw in December, with Hikvision issuing a patch on April 10th. Cisco.
Okay. Like, is this here? Okay, so this is a obviously a vulnerability in a product. Let me look at the actual write-up here really quickly. It's got a base score of 9.1. That's pretty high. That's not good. Can be used to obtain admin permissions. Not good. Okay. Here's the deal with this one. If you're running Hikvision in your environment, you should know it. It's basically a SAN solution that typically will save and store closed circuit TV. So like physical security camera footage. Maybe you work at or you're responsible for, retail, like Disney Park, and you see people come in, maybe a nightclub, maybe security at a secure location, right? Like my God, like a bank or a military installation, right? These type of places. Well, all of that feed needs to be saved off somewhere, and a lot of times they save it off to some type of like massive DVR. Now, back in the day, it used to be, by Paula Terranova, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Genuinely appreciate it. You would save it locally, but now with the internet and all these other things, you can save it to a cloud storage solution or a remotely accessible cloud storage solution. So this makes total sense. Well, the problem is there is a technical vulnerability that can be exploited essentially by anyone with a score of 9.1. My belief is that it's easier to exploit than like a low level of sophistication to exploit, and it can be remotely accessed from anywhere on the internet, which increases the riskiness of it. Now, you got to think of what's the impact here. So the impact is someone could delete your CCTV footage. I almost feel like this would have to be like combined with an attack. Like you're going to go rob a bank, and like this is like such a Hollywood movie thing. You're going to go rob a bank, and then like the tech guy, the Emilio Estevez of Mission Impossible 1 movie with Tom Cruise, is going to like hack into the Gibson and delete the Hikvision storage CCTV footage, right? So you could be a jerk, and you just delete it to be a jerk. It's possible that you exploit it, get on it, and then use it for an initial foothold and move laterally through the environment. But I would suspect that, in a lot of instances, this is going to be like in a DMZ or not even really connected to the main, network of a company, just because of its flexibility to be a cloud storage solution. So yeah, loop the feeds. Exactly, Taylor McDonald. Like put the Polaroid in front of the camera footage. So anyways, long story short, if you're running Hikvision, you probably know it. You should be mindful of this. It is a 9.1. So, but I guess it really comes down to a risk assessment of how critical that data is in your environment, and if it's sensitive or not, right? Like maybe, I'm not saying that this is the case, but there is a scenario where mental health patients are under surveillance in order to protect staff, or like at a prison. and that footage gets leaked in a data breach, that could result in a massive, costly data breach too. So there are some instances to give consideration for, but you're not gonna like not know about these things. Oh, I forgot the Simply Cyber Community Challenge as well. We'll do that at the end. I'm sorry, everybody. If Jenny Housley's here, I believe Emilio, I want to say Emilio Garcia has it, or no, Shakira Williams. Shakira Williams, is she here? I think she has the Simply Cyber baton too. Okay, well, we'll tag someone else, Jenny, if she doesn't show up by the end.
To air-gapped WebEx. The networking giant announced plans to offer an air-gapped version of its WebEx cloud collaboration system designed to cater to companies in highly controlled industries, think national security and defense. Cisco will introduce air-gapped Trust Cloud next year. Like other similar services, servers on the service will be air-gapped from public networks, operated in the U.S., and managed with properly cleared local staff. The company claims this will meet U.S. security standards across industries without sacrificing user experience.
What? Hold on. Okay, so okay, hold on one second. Cisco, like, let's just talk about this on the surface. Cisco to offer air-gapped cloud system. So Cisco WebEx is in my opinion, crappy, like Zoom option. Okay, that's basically what it is. If you've used Zoom, if you use Microsoft Teams, that's what WebEx is. Okay, it used to be the only option and the crown jewel. That's why Cisco bought WebEx like years ago for like big money. But WebEx is just slow and gross. But they're offering a air-gapped cloud solution. Really quick for people who are new to the industry, air-gapped basically means that there's no network connection. It's a closed network, okay? So a good example of an air-gapped system, taking from the last story, if you have a closed circuit TV system, like a home surveillance system, and all the feeds go to a DVR in your linen closet, and that's it. That's a closed network. That's actually what the CC stands for, right? Closed. I think the C stands for closed. Anyways, my point is you can't access it from the internet. It's just a closed air-gapped system. Air-gapped introduces a level of defense because you can't remote into it from anywhere on the planet. Famously, the nuclear enrichment facility in Natanz, or the Natanz enrichment facility, was air-gapped, the one that Stuxnet destroyed. That was an air-gapped network, and the way that they penetrated it was by using a malicious USB drop and having some having some Iranian Carl plug in the USB once they got into the facility, okay? Okay, so now we understand what air-gapped is and we know what WebEx is. Here's the deal. WebEx is a cloud-based solution. It's accessible from anywhere. That's what makes it cool, or that's what makes it useful, is that I can send Subro and Marcus and Chinadu a WebEx link and we can all get on a call right now because it doesn't matter where you are, it's cloud-based. If WebEx is going to offer an air-gapped solution, the only way that can be truly air-gapped is if everybody is on the same private network, including the WebEx solution. So it seems like nerfed. Like so what are you going to have? You're going to have an air-gapped private network. Like here's my thing, guys. Like if it's an air-gapped network, why don't you just physically meet in person? Chances are you're physically there, right? Like you wouldn't have. I mean, like SIPR, the SIPRnet, which is like the classified secure network that the federal government has, is supposed to be, its own separate internet. But there's been leaks from time to time over the years of where there's been some entanglements and some crossover between SIPRnet and NIPRnet, which is the unclass network. So that's not truly air-gapped. And I'm going to go back and look at chat here, but like this is just weird. It's like, if it's an on-prem to air-gapped solution, just physically meet in person. What do you like? And I'm sure somebody's going to comment on this, or I'll get blasted on LinkedIn about how I missed some obvious idiotic thing and that I'm a hack up here. But like, either that or they're using the term air-gapped quite liberally. Okay. All right. So whatever, I don't know what Cisco's doing. To me, this feels like a last-ditch effort to save WebEx as a product. WebEx is terrible. All thoughts and opinions are that of my own and do not reflect the group or the chat or whatever. I don't need Cisco lawyers coming after me. Those guys have deep pockets.
Western Digital attackers say they have customer data. Earlier this month, the storage giant Western Digital confirmed it experienced a network security incident that saw data exfiltration across its systems. It remained cagey on specifics of what the attackers actually obtained. Well, the attackers aren't being mum about it. Speaking to TechCrunch, one of their representatives said it obtained roughly 10 terabytes of data in the attack, including customer information. It shared a file it created signed by WD's certificate and shared executives' phone numbers. The attackers say they performed the attack for financial gain. Remember to...
I do appreciate their honesty. No, we stole your data and we want to get paid. It's my, this is a perfect opportunity for the JG Wentworth sound effect. Like, we stole your data and we want our money now. Like, okay. And it looks like they actually proved it too by disclosing, enough sensitive information to let people know, yeah, the dogs are barking. They are chatty Cathys. Looks like the hackers were actually in contact with TechCrunch, who's the news report outlet that's reporting on this story. They got into a Box account. So this is interesting. They stole a company from the SAP back office. So they hacked. Here's the thing. It's Western Digital, but they had a Box account. Okay, Box is like OneDrive or Dropbox or something like that. Apparently, Western Digital is using it. It doesn't matter that Western Digital also has storage solutions as their product. Like, obviously, they're just a business that was using Box.com as a resource to dump stuff. Hackers got in there. I'll give you one guess how. Stole creds, logged in, probably an MFA social engineer attack, logged in, downloaded all the things, and then send an email to Western Digital. We got your stuff. Pay up or we release it. End of story. This isn't even ransomware, guys. This is like more direct than ransomware. This is just like, this is just like, hey, Alana Boyajian, give me your creds. Now give me your money. Like that's all this is. This is like straight up. This is, you know what this is? This is the equivalent of me stealing your purse and then like offering to give you your purse back, but I'm going to take the cash out of the wallet, right? Or you lose your wallet in a city and someone mails you back the wallet because your address is in your ID, but all the cash is missing and it's a service fee for finding your wallet. That's what, this is just basic. Yeah, it's a stick up. I wish I had a stick up kid. Oh my God. I wish I had, oh my gosh, Eric B. Rakim at the ready right now. But anyways, this is the deal. All right, guys, we have reached the end of the stream. Let me do this, and then we're going to do Simply Cyber Community Challenge really quickly. Let me get some more music. I got to do ad-free music since we're going to turn on ads right after this. Here, let's do this one. Do. All right, guys, I want to thank all of you for being here, joining me on the remote location for Harish and Lane. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is the Midnight hat. Got this for a gift for my beautiful bride for Christmas. Definitely love it. Guys, let's check it up. Did Shakira join? Because I'm ready to tag someone with the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Let's see. Yeah, definitely don't forget the sunscreen. I am. All right, cool, guys. Hey, all right, so I'm gonna tag someone if we can do it. All right, so here we go. I'm tagging Medine Eshet. Hashtag active passive observer. Let's help Medine lean into networking. Medine Eshet, if you're in chat right now, let me see where you are, buddy. Medine, yes, let's see. Let's see if Medine picks it up. Yeah, it's going to be kind of janky today. Oh, there's Medine. Hopefully you can do it. Medine, please go on to LinkedIn, drop your why, your cyber story and tag me and put hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge in the post. Everybody join. Hey, Lewis Diamond. Everybody join, connect with Medine and connect with each other in the posts. All right, guys, I'm going to boogie out of here. Normally there's some jaw jacking, but I've got family and vacay and genuinely appreciate it. Jojo with the super chat looking for remote or hybrid in Florida and Washington, I think compliance or IT auditor position. Updating LinkedIn today. Everybody, yeah, Jojo was the, yeah, Jojo's had the, Simply super